By the C High School, we had our coin toss, and C has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Back deep is number 17, Adam Ogbu, the Mr. Dangerous, who had an unofficial 127 return yards a couple of weeks back, and number 11, Ron Jacobs, will be back there deep with him.
Justin Walker, who will never leave the field unless he needs a water break today for St. Peter's, will kick off. He's a two-way player, both offense and defense. Here we go.
There's the kickoff. It's going to be short, and Jacobs is going to take it. Starts to head out to his right side, breaks one tackle, gets a nice block, tries to head for the sideline. He's going to be taken out of bounds. It looks like there's a flag down. There's a late flag. He's going to be at around the 35-yard line.
Like a holding call against the Vikings on the return. Not a good way to start. Joe Ryan's team had good field position.
It looks like they're going to back him up due to the holding call. A little bit difficult to see exactly where the markers are today. We'll have to go by the 6. It's going to start at the 20-yard line.
Right, I'll try to help you out there, James. You do the play-by-play, and I'll try to pick up the 6 as quick. We have no PA announcer, no scoreboard here at C. Beautiful field, beautiful facility, huge crowd. But from the broadcast standpoint, James and I are going to earn our money today.
That's right. We're going to earn the pay today. Lovely day out here, a little bit hot. But like I said before, we'll be complaining in a couple of weeks about how cold it is. So Joe Monferrato is under center. Hands off up the middle. Short gain.
Like Jacob for 2, James. Second and 8.
Ray Constantino was there for the tackle, number 30. It'll be second down.
The two keys on defense for St. Peter's. Justin Walker is right now lined up at defensive right end, and Tom Parati, a linebacker who is all over the place.
Another handoff to Jacobs. He's going to be stuffed again. Not much doing in the middle of that line. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Vikings.
This is not where Joe Ryan's offensive unit wants to be. 3rd and long against a defensive unit that has not been scored upon in 2 games.
And Monferrato has a sore right wrist that he injured in last week's game. So you've got to keep an eye on that. Don't know how effective the passing game is going to be for C this afternoon.
We're about to find out.
Monferrato drops back, quick hit, and it's almost caught, then it was almost intercepted. Number 5, Anthony Graneri was there. He almost had the pick. Looked like it was close to hitting him in his hands, if not the chest.
Oh, that was a good pass, James. Should have been caught. 3rd, 4th and 8, and 3 and quickly out for the Vikings.
Ogbu is going to be back to punt. Anthony Graneri, number 5, is back deep, along with Jeff Chandler, number 2. Ogbu's punt is going to be over Chandler's head. That's a terrible job. Graneri's going to pick it up at the 30-yard line. He's got nothing but blue shirts in front of him, and he's going to be stopped at about the 34-yard line, and that's where St. Peter's is going to take it over. That's a bad job of fielding a punt by both of those young men.
Good job by Ogbu on his first punt of the day, but again, a misjudged punt, and now instead of great field position, Peters starts at its own 35. Mucci at quarterback with a lot of weapons at his disposal.
We're going to take another look at that. There's the end-over-end punt. That's just a bad job. The wind is not blowing. It didn't get caught up in the wind. Sun should not have been a factor. So now, Mucci will take over. Quick hit out for a first down to number 44. Greg Siller, who is playing with, and understand what I'm saying, he is playing and has been playing with a torn ACL and MCL.
And that is his 10th reception. And James, he didn't hurt it last week. He hurt it in a scrimmage at football camp against Monsignor Farrell. And everybody is just shaking their heads in amazement. And he's playing wide receiver today at 6'5".
It's going to be second and short. Mucci's ball, it looks like it may have hit a helmet at the line. or it may have been batted down. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
Well, Michael comes out and goes to Greg on one side, and then that time he was going to Justin Walker. And imagine if you're the St. Joseph's by the Sea cornerbacks, and the wideouts are Siller and Walker.
2 big boys.
Yes.
Very big boys. Siller 6'5", Walker 6'3". Walker 6'3", 270.
Now we'll see if St. Peter's can pick up a couple of inches when it needs to on the ground.
Lucci's going to be an option. Bad pitch. The flag is down.
And they did not get the first down.
The flag is down. We'll have to see what exactly it was. Rob Bucelato had the carry on the option play.
What do we got? It's going to either be 4th and 1, or if Joe Ryan elects to, push the Eagles way back. Clip. St. Peter's.
St. Peter's is going to be called for the clip. Now, I had the replay. I didn't get a chance to see the clip.
I didn't see the clip, but I did, the whole play was messed up by the bad pitch by Mucci. And now an interesting decision for Joe Ryan. 4th and 1, James, or 3rd and 16? What do you do? I mean, because Matty Ace is liable to go for this. You know, he's liable to just let Mucci go on a quarterback sneak, the big, strong QB.
Right.
Or, they're going to push him back.
I think that's the move you have to make. You can't give him a 4th and inches with the running game that St. Peter's has had
too explosive
this year. You can't do it. You have to back him up.
Third and 20.
But yes, 3rd and 20. Not a lot of plays in the old handbook for 3rd and 20.
Well,
another straight drop, pump fake. He's going to be dragged down and sacked. That's number 65, John Fisher. The Fish comes through, and he is a big boy. We talked about that right before this game.
Well, right after this play, I was going to tell the folks, the guy on defense for St. Joseph's is John Fisher. He just may be Staten Island's best overall defensive player. He is an absolute animal, and that time he overpowered the St. Peter's front line, and he sent Michael Mucci reeling backwards.
It's going to be Jacobs and Ogbu back to receive the punt. Good snap. Punt is away, and it's going to be Ogbu who takes it on a bounce, heads up the left sideline, and he gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. There's another flag, and it looks like an illegal block. It could have been an illegal block right where the ball had bounced in front of Ogbu.
James, after Ogbu made a real smart play, he let the pursuit, the first guy down, he ran by him, then he picked it up on a bounce, but unfortunately his blocker clipped. So St. Joe's, instead of great field position, will be pushed back into its own territory, and we're going to see an obvious
there
illegal
it is
block.
Right there.
Yep.
That's on 24. That's Sal Ferrioli, the flea, as they call him, with the illegal block, and that's going to back up the Vikings.
Now, I got a scouting report on Mr. Fisher from somebody who I really respect, that really knows his football, and he told me, Joe, you watch this kid all day long. He's not leaving the field either. He's at right tackle on offense, and defensively he's a monster. So that's the young man who's being recruited by real good football schools. He's key.
Monferrato calling the signal. And the give is to Jacobs right up the middle. He gets a nice hole at the first down, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's across midfield, deep into Eagles territory, inside the 40-yard line for a first down.
That may be the biggest offensive play of the season against St. Peter's, as Jacobs reels off about 17 yards and a first down, and we're kind of on the C side of the field as far as fans go, so we heard a lot of noise around us as Jacobs, as you see, break him into the clear.
I was talking to Buddy Watson, the offensive coordinator, before today's game, and he said that it's big for Ron Jacobs to have a huge game for them today. That's exactly what they need. Another handoff to Jacobs, steps over a tackle. He's going to be taken down to 35-yard line. The 45, Mike McGuire, was there for the tackle.
McGuire got him low. Walker got him high. So far, St. Joseph's has done a very good job offensively of keeping Parati off the ball. He hasn't made a tackle yet. He usually makes most of St. Peter's tackles.
Jacobs is out. Adam Ogbu, number 17, is in. He'll be at tailback. The give is to Ogbu. Heads out to the right side. He's got a nice hole. Big run. Taken down inside the 25. Lawrence Jackson, number 1, was there to make the initial hit, but a big gain. And the Vikings doing it on the ground so far this afternoon.
James, are you old school? Adam Ogbu's old school.
Look at the running room he's got along the sideline here.
And once he knows he's going to get contact, he makes sure the other guy hurts more than him.
Trevor Coombs, number 4, also there in the tackle. But it's first down at the 24-yard line.
Oh, he better hurry up or he's going to get a flag for a delay of game.
He's coming close. He gets it off. It's going to be Ogbu again. This time he's going to be stacked up at the line. Nothing doing there.
That was Parati, James, that time. Stuffing up the hole.
Tom Parati, number 55, was the first one there in the hole. Call it 2nd and 10.
Again, the Vikings don't huddle up. They call out the signals at the line of scrimmage, and that time they took a long time to call the play. 2nd and 10 from the 24 as the Vikings in front of their hometown fans threaten early. And remember, no one has been in the St. Peter's end zone this season. Oh, they're
coming on a blitz. They may have been early, but it's a quick hit out to Jacobs, who steps away from the tackle, and he's wrapped up. Number 50, Alex Roskowinski was there. His name I'm going to butcher today.
Roskowinski. That's a tough one. Had a brother that played at St. Peter's that now goes to Wagner College. 3rd and 9.
Third down and 9. Jacobs is out to the right. Ogbu's in the backfield. Dean Marco, number 81, is out to the far left, along with John Zoldak, number 85. Another blitz. Ogbu's going to get the carry. Tried to string it out. He's wrapped up. 51, Eric Johnson was there along with 57, Alex Wilson.
4-down territory, James. I'm sure they can't punt from here. They're on the 25-yard line, so we're going to have to see C put the ball in the air. Maybe the reason why they didn't throw in 3rd and long is what you told me before about the injured wrist.
It could be the wrist.
And although he did throw a good pass on the first time he threw it, it was just dropped. But this one's going to go in the air, and let's see if they can get this passing game together.
So it's 4th down. Monferrato drops back, rolling out to his left. Under pressure. It's a little screen. It was a bad pass. Bad pass. He had Adam Ogbu, and Ogbu had some room to run.
So the running of Jacobs and Ogbu gets St. Joseph's into scoring territory, but the Eagles hold there at the 25, and Mucci and company comes back on the field. We will, ladies and gentlemen, today, James and I really need an umbrella and our suntan lotion today and some water because it's very warm. And I think we're getting today is our first water break. There's a rule in high school football now that if the temperature is over a certain amount of degrees that there's a water break. And I think, James, this is our first one of the day.
That's exactly what it is. It is definitely a hot day. But again, like I was talking to you about earlier, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be complaining about us having to be out in the elements, the cold, the rain, the wind, the snow.
Well, better hot than cold and better hot than wet, because when it's real wet, we can't even get the games on the air. So we'll take this kind of day any time. And, of course, it's brought out now the stands that were about half empty when this game started. They're completely filled now, practically from end to end. And right to our right, James, we should tell the viewers, is the Monsignor Farrell football team is sitting right to our right. And, of course, the congratulations to Benny Cerullo and his Lions. A 20-17 victory over Mount St. Michael's yesterday that was ranked number 1 in the city and had a 17-game winning streak. Great win for the Lions.
That's a big win. Anytime you can knock down a number one, that's huge for your program.
And two touchdowns in the fourth quarter. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later on.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 25. Lucci, quick drop. Tries to hit it out to Filler. It's incomplete. A little bit up ahead of him. Look at the height difference between Sal Ferrioli, the flea, and Greg Siller.
That was the same play that opened the game to Siller. Only Mooch was a little bit off with that one, and Greg a little reluctant, James, to stretch it out.
Yeah.
A little reluctant.
You got to give the kid all the credit in the world for being able to stand up on his own and not let alone run and play football at this point with the torn ACL and MCL. Inside handoff. That's a big gain. That's number 3. That's Rob Busolato, who has done the majority of the groundwork for St. Peter's so far this year due to the injuries to Larry Marinelli.
That's an 8-yard gain. It sets up 3rd and 2. And a no-huddle offense for St. Peter's. And it looks like St. Joe's right now a little bit confused. If St. Peter's would have snapped the ball right away, they had too many men on the field.
That's right, they had 12 on the field. Steve Zagalewski, number 60, barely got off the field. Another handoff. This time he's going to be stuffed.
It's the
55, the Fish. He makes the stop. It's going to be 4th down.
Now, even if they give him a good mark, it's going to be 4th and 1, and John Fisher is going to have to be blocked by somebody today, or St. Peter's offense is going to have a long day.
I think he's going to have to be blocked by a couple of people today.
No little inside information. I'm told, again, my same source that told me John was St. Joe's best player told me that his father, Hank, is the smartest man in the New York City Fire Department.
Dean Marco back along with Adam Ogbu. Oh, and that's almost blocked.
Fisher almost
got that one, and the ball is muffed. It's on the ground. It looks like C is going to keep it. Ogbu, off his fingertips, he muffed it, but C was able to hold on, and Fisher came flying in. He almost had himself a blocked punt.
We had a lot happen on that play. First, John Fisher was not blocked again and just missed getting the punt, and then, of course, Ogbu fumbles. And
take another look at it. He comes flying right in. I don't know how he missed that. And the ball's off his fingertips.
The kicking game. Always the kicking game. Plays a big part.
Dean Marco, number 81, was there for the recovery.
Hey, the St. Joseph's sideline has to be very happy with the way things have gone so far, James, in containing St. Peter's on their first 2 possessions.
The give is to Ogbu on the off tackle. He scampers for a short gain. Anthony Graneri, number 5, was there, along with 57, Alex Wilson. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, Ron Jacobs has not carried the ball since his
big
gains.
Yeah, that's right. They've gone back to Ogbu, yep.
Not unless they plan on working the 2 at tailback, because he's in at wideout right now.
They're playing trips left.
The give again is to Ogbu.
Yeah.
Maybe back to the line.
See, I don't think that is going to work against the St. Peter's defense. They can send 3 guys trips wide receiver. St. Peter's is not going to pay any attention to that. They are going to stop the run, and they're going to make St. Joseph's throw it. So I don't think you're going to have much success. If you want to throw it, go ahead. I think they're daring St. Joseph by the Sea to throw it. And C's going to call timeout, and I think they're going to talk over that right now, James, because they just sold out to the run.
They've got to do something different. As we said, they've had a couple of big runs off tackle and sweeps, but up the middle, it's not going to get done against the Eagles.
Let me talk a little bit more about the Saints. Yesterday, I went down to Curtis, and I saw the first half of that game, and I couldn't believe that Curtis was beating a really tough, big, strong Canarsie team 14-0 at halftime. Unfortunately, after I left, Canarsie rallied and beat the Warriors 28-14. But then I went down to Farrell, James, and they were losing 17-7 with under 8 minutes to go, and Sal Aragona marched them down the field, quarterback, touchdown. Then Aragona got hurt, and he's right to our right over here in the stands, and unfortunately, the news is broken wrist, 6 weeks, but he said that he might be able to play with a soft cast on in 2. But another sub-quarterback comes in, Calignaro marches the Lions down the field, and a great win. And we'll be talking more about high school football and what happened yesterday later on.
Much, much more. We've just gotten word from our director, 1:15 left to play here in the first quarter. As for week number 2, we do not have a scoreboard or a game clock for us to check out. Now it's third down. Straight drop. He's going down the field.
Oh.
That's blatant. Jeff Chandler just grabbed a hold of number 85, John Zoldak. That wasn't even close.
And Zoldak had him cleanly beaten. That was the bad news, but the good news for St. Peter's would have been the ball was way overthrown.
Yeah.
But that's a holding penalty and an automatic first down for the Vikings.
We're going to check out the replay. Oh, that's there's nothing. And you know, he turns around and his first instinct is to say, "What? What? You can't call that."
I mean, that's when Mom catches you with your hand in the cookie jar.
Put your hand in the cookie jar and crumbs around your mouth.
That's right.
So the Vikings will keep the ball. The drive will be extended due to the interference call. Ball is marked at the 37.
Go!
Slow-moving, seems like a slow-moving game between plays, and I think it's more with the referees than it is with the players. The chains are a little slow being moved.
I think the officials need a water break.
Right.
Ogbu again, the lone setback. Give it to him up the middle. Sheds a couple of tackles. Tries to bounce to the outside, but he's not going to get there. He's wrapped up. That's 55, Tom Parati with the stop. Stepped out of a couple of tackles, but just couldn't get away.
St. Peter's has to stop Fisher. St. Joseph's has to stop Parati and Walker. That's what it comes down to. Those are the key guys defensively. Those are the big-time players that are going to be constantly around the football.
Second and long.
Back up here, guys. Back up.
On Parado again to give it to Ogbu up the middle. Sheds another couple of tackles, and he's got himself a nice gain. Number 30 is there for the stop, Ray Constantino.
That might be the last play of the first quarter, James, and it's going to be a big one coming up. But again, this is 4-down territory for the Vikings. So Ryan can think about what he's going to do the next 2 plays rather than just the next one.
Third down. Marco shifts over to the left.
That is the end of the first quarter.
That is the end of quarter number 1. We are scoreless here at St. Joseph's by the Sea. We'll take a quick timeout and come right back with quarter number 2 of CHSAA football here on Island 16.